Hey everybody, Mike here with you guys once again, and this is my review of D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. It is available for free for Xbox Live Gold members, and it's exclusive to the Xbox One. Now, before I get into this review, I'm going to say right away, this game is not for everyone. It's for a very niche market, or audience. It's for people who like really weird games and really weird stuff in general. So if you're a dude, bro, this I would just turn this video off right now. Now for the rest of you, or for the few of you who are into this sort of thing, um, I D4 is very. The first thing that I noticed was, first of all, the controls. They're very different, but it actually works in the game's favor because the story is also different. And the cool thing was they could have had the gameplay pretty standard, and there are a lot of telltale moments in here, especially during the action sequences. But the fact that, for example, you have to, in order to move forward, you don't use the L trigger, you use the not the L button or the L stick, you use the right stick instead of the L stick to move forward and back, and then left and right is just a turn. That's very unusual, and for some reason I didn't have any problems adjusting to it. And I think what it does is, because the story is so weird, I mean, making the gameplay mechanics a little bit weird too, it helps add to the unusual nature of the game as a whole. And I'm glad they did that instead of simply making everything completely generic. Um, I did not use the Kinect for my playthrough. Um, I prefer to use the controller. I'm used to the controller. I've always been. So I used the controller for it. So I can't tell you how it works with the Kinect because I did not use the Kinect. The story is very David Lynch-like. Everything from the quirkiness to the lighthearted moments to the appearance of very strange characters. For example, you have a human who acts like a cat completely. There is this. There's also a mysterious man with a surgeon's mask, and he holds up a knife and a fork, and he talks really slow like this. That is very David Lynchian, very David Lynch. So if you're a David Lynch fan, um, I highly recommend this game for that reason alone. But it's um, it's the only downside. The only thing I could say I can criticize about it are the fact that number one, the I wouldn't call 2 episodes a season. That's not a season. That's a pilot. I don't mind that they just put out a couple episodes to sort of get their feet wet, but don't call that a season. That's not a season. That's a pilot. And like pilots in television, um, that pilot is an experiment to see if people like it or not. And this game is definitely experimental. I love how games today are not only imitating movies, they're imitating directors. Like, this is D4 is very David Lynch. Bioshock Infinite is very Terry Gilliam, even down to the quirky side characters and having their theme be accordion based, because that's something that Gilliam usually puts in his films. Um, and of course, you have like the blockbuster Uncharted experience, and you have the Oscar drama Last of Us experience, right down to the ending, the way how that game ended, how simple and nuanced it was. So it's really cool to see games imitate directors, not just movies, but directors as well. Um, but yeah, this D4 is unusual, and that's a great thing. But there was something else I wanted to criticize it for, but I can't think of it now. So right now, my only criticism is the fact that they call 2 episodes and a prologue a season, but that's a minor complaint. Um, Let me talk about some of the other things I liked about it. what I hate about a lot of QuickTime events is that they don't give you time to react. Like Tomb Raider was guilty of this. They do not. By the time you see the button prompt, it's already too late. This game gives you plenty of time to follow the prompts, and I like that. That's how QuickTime events should be. I've only missed a couple of times, and I feel like I can't blame myself for that because so the game is great with um, the QuickTime events. They give you the time you need to react. Okay, I now remember what my other criticism was, and that is the stamina. I didn't think was necessary. All the stamina does is it gives you a threat of death during moments where there shouldn't be a threat. So if you're just walking around, if you walk around too long, you could die, which is pointless because when you die, you immediately pick up right back where you left off exactly. So there's no penalty really. The only penalty that you really get from a game over is when your playthrough is over, it'll say how many game overs you had or how many retries. Other than that, I just didn't feel like the stamina system was necessary. There are people who disagree, but yeah. But again, that's a very minor complaint. Um, I love weird games and I love weird movies, and this game and this experience is both. And honestly, if you have an Xbox One and you're a gold member and you like to try some new things out, or if you're a David Lynch fan and want to play one of his movies, basically, check out this game. Check out D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. And also, I gotta say, the accent the main character has, I think, helped added to the weirdness of it as well. The fact that it was so overplayed, because the accent was so thick, it sounds almost fake. But that adds to the weirdness of the experience. And the soundtrack as well. There's some really good music in the soundtrack. Some haunting themes, as well as some cheery, upbeat, weird, jazzy type stuff too. So definitely check it out. Dark Dreams Don't Die gets a thumbs up from me, and you should check it out. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.